Another Thursday, another stream. Okay, so last time and this time I'm going to be looking at achievements again. I'll explain what's going on. Okay, so I spent a while looking at the API, and I'm fairly confident in how it works now. Again, to run proper tests of the achievement system, I'm going to have to package the game, which I will do. But at the moment, I'm not. I want to kind of create the top level of the system and also make a system that doesn't require you to be connected to a service, so people can enjoy achievements whether or not they're on Steam. So I'm working on that at the moment. So I'm just going to dive straight into it. I'll show you where I'm at the minute. So at the minute I've got basically an achievements page set up. The achievement, it gets populated by the achievements with their descriptions, and they're separated into categories so you can scroll through them. So yeah, that's where I'm at the minute. We haven't got any icons for them yet. Mike has agreed that he'll do the icons for them. So that's on his to-do list for the forthcoming week or so. We have made some decisions on some of the achievements going in. And we're going to also be rolling out the achievement system. Right, Project Zero? What epic ant thing is this? It's achievements of the Undergrowth is what epic ant thing it is. Good to have you with us. Right. So I've this morning I got it split into categories. Got that working. Cloud save should already be active on Steam now. Robo Boy. Right, Blue Man 6000. So yeah, if you play on Steam, you should actually already notice that cloud saves are working. That's good to have you back. Welcome you back with open arms. Okay, so what I'm going to we'll go through the achievements that we've settled on for the first tier. We're also going to roll achievements out in stages. So the first set of achievements will be for the first tier of the Formicarium. So the first two levels in the challenge. I also want to put in a few generic achievements as well. Yeah, I haven't heard of any issues from the cloud saves, which is good. Okay, so what we're going to do next. So now we've got the achievements appearing. We've got to decide whether they've been accomplished or not. So I'm actually going to create a system within our within the game, which is going to check whether you've accomplished the achievements offline. Now, if you're connected to Steam, it will send a request to Steam, and Steam will send back the list of achievements you've finished, and we'll populate it with that. But if you're not connected to Steam, it will fall back onto this system. And so to do this, it's going to work in a similar way to the save games do. So the offline achievements will be very easy to spoof if you've or just, but the Steam achievements won't be, because they'll make direct calls to the Steam to. Any chance we can get an achievement that unlocks those cute Santa hats for the Queen and Spiders? Cosmetics are an interesting one, really. We could actually do some stuff like that. Like, if you achieve all of these achievements, you get a hat for your ants. It's a bit daft, but or a tattoo for your ants. Like, your queen gets a tattoo. Will we have to replay missions? Okay, so with the achievements, it depends what the achievement is. So there's achievements for normal, hard, insane. I think I've already got that data stored. I will check. Because I know insane on some missions is a nightmare to do. Right, Gaming Gecko. Good to have you in the channel. No, I haven't seen you in a while. Okay, so it definitely stores whether you finished a level. Right, I'm gonna have a quick look in the save games. So Formix save.h. I'll bring you into Visual Studio with me. Okay, so this is the save game file for your colony, I believe. Formic level progress. Formic level progress. Okay. It looks to me like it stores whether you finished a level and whether you finished it on with the challenge, but it doesn't store what difficulty you finished it on. So you might have to replay some of them. I should probably add to this actually. So it's EOT player types. I'm going to add something to that. Okay, so give me 1 sec. I'm just going to check this out, and I think format level progress. I think that's the only thing that's saved here. Column name, colony color, linked save game. Format level progress. Colony setup. First time setup. Stage 2 first time setup. Rewards. Challenge. I ain't sure what that is. Selected reward, freeze progress. Freeze progress is from was actually to do with the being able to visit your old formicariums when you moved on. I haven't implemented that yet, but that's what that was for. So it frees the progress on that on your old formicarium. Okay, so I need to. This does look like it's the only. What I'll do here is I'll add in hardest difficulty completed. So we'll get that in now. Whilst I'm thinking about it. EOT player types. H. think this will be in players, would be my guess. Game structure. Okay. Hang on. What is it? Give me 1 second. It's e-game difficulty. I mean, spelling mistake from before. Unfortunately, that's baked into the game. Never mind. Right, hardest difficulty complete. Hardest mode complete. Right. The other thing is... Okay, so this is a bit trickier because some of the one of the achievements on each one requires you to do it on insane with the challenge mode active, which is, I know, pretty damn harsh. Right, so basically, how am I going to do this? The hard complete is just whether you've done the challenge or not. I could just have a bool here to right. Basically, the achievement here. The achievement is just for doing it on insane with the challenge. There's with the challenge and insane with the challenge. Hard complete tells you whether you've done the challenge. Okay, so yeah, that's all we need. Normal complete tells you whether you've done it without the challenge. Yeah. Okay, so that should be all the information we need. Okay. What happens if we complete the achievement during play more? I'm pretty sure I'm going to lock that out. I think the call to the achievement being finished is only going to happen at the moment you succeed or lose the level. Well, probably not lose. I don't think there's any achievement I'm going. So far on all the achievements, it states that I need to get the engine reloading. Give me a sec. So you'll only, the moment you finish the level is when it will actually complete the achievement. So you'll have to win the level after you've done the achievement. And some of the ones I've got down are very specific things you do in the level. So for example, there's one in and the numbers aren't fixed at the minute. I've put numbers in to just kind of give a starting point, but I'll have to probably rebalance them based on feedback. But for example, there's one for subjugation level, which I believe is kill 10 funnel webs in the first 5 minutes, which is probably very difficult, if not impossible. It might not be impossible, but I haven't tested whether it's possible yet. But even that one, if you do that, you still need to finish the level. So basically, you won't be able to complete the achievement in Play More. Now there might be others that you can complete in Play More, such as I think I'm going to do some general achievements as well, which say stuff like kill 10,000 creatures and that sort of thing, and those might well progress when you finish them. Although I don't want to be constantly saving the data. Maybe it's all right. But I'm just thinking if hundreds of creatures get killed, I don't want to constantly save it. I'd rather just store it in a big array and then at the end of the level do one big save. So yeah, probably achievement progress can only be done at the moment you win the level. Or lose the level for ones like about killing creatures. Let's have a chat about some of the achievements I've got down at the minute. See what you think. Okay, so there's each level's got one for winning on each difficulty, and then it's got one for winning with the challenge active and one for winning on insane with the challenge active. Then there's a task on normal, hard, and insane difficulties for each level, and a task on with challenge mode active. And then also a task with challenge mode active and insane mode. So that they're going to be the hardest ones to do. Will be the tasks on insane with challenge mode active. Have you been playing World of Warcraft Classic? Okay, so going through like level 1-1. Yeah, I've been playing it too. Don't worry, it's a right nostalgia trip. I've just finished up Stone Teller Mountains. I'm on Horde side. Ah, you're Horde too. Excellent. Okay, so yeah, some of these achievements, and keep in mind that all of this is work in progress. Do not, under any circumstances, assume that these are final. But we've got, so quantity not quality. This is on normal difficulty. Complete the level without upgrading any soldiers on 1-1. Speedy setup. Win on hard difficulty, win the level within 15 minutes. I don't know if that's possible. No idea. That's 1-1 again. Picky Eater. Win on insane difficulty. Win the level where the last 10 creatures you tunnel out are woodlice. I don't know if that's possible either. Basically, it massively reduces your food in the level. Okay, so I'm going to closer you get to the spider to take an ant that was fighting the cricket, then go a different way. Right, I'll look into that because I've actually put that one down on the list. I'll make sure it's actually possible. Make sure they're not allied or anything. Okay, so on level completions now, I need to store the hardest difficulty done. I'm not sure whether I put this in the level, so let's have a look anyway. Okay, so this is the first form of Carrium code. Well, it's the blueprints. Looking for the reward stuff. I think there's a function for it. Handle rewards, there we are. I don't think it's handled here. I think it's handled in the... It might well be handled in the C++ side of things. Formic level progress is what I'm looking for. Okay, I'm going to have to go through a lot of this, I think, because I've added a couple of things in. Yeah, I'll bring you back into the C side of things. There's a few references to Formicarium level progress. And because I've added a couple of things in, it says preload level check. You have challenge mode, hard complete. So that's just checking which levels are loaded. Hello, Destroyer 321. Good to have you with us. Okay, so that's just to check for the music. I don't need that. Sorry. Right, this is loading a Formicarium. I'm guessing I'll have to put the things in here. Let me just check this out. What's this? Formicarium game mode. It's been a while since this has been changed. Right, save Formicarium. Doesn't look like I need to do anything there. What's this? Preload level check. Don't need to do anything there. Already done that. Okay, so that's all right. I think that's fine. I don't think I'll need to change that. I don't think I'll need to recompile just yet, but that's there. I'm still not sure where the... I can't quite remember where the thing deals with flagging a level as complete. Somewhere. Might just be in game mode. tile upgrade level. That's not a... One sec, I'm just gonna... Okay. From carrying game mode, game state. It must be done in the blueprint in the blueprints then. Right, coming back out of Visual Studio. Let's see if we can find it here. Species entry, forming level setup. Right, that's just the choice. Right, I might need to find this some other time. So this is none of this is actually setting yet. That said, it might actually be in the scoreboard, thinking about it. No, I'm going to come back to this later because I'm not really getting anywhere. You're right. Just I've already said hello to you. Okay, so moving on. I can't remember what I was doing before. Before I got distracted on that road of trying to store what difficulty a player's played on. Okay, we're going to need some method of saving your achievements. So there needs to be a save file similar to the other save files we've had. I'll call it progress. Not game progress. Count progress, maybe? It's not an account though. I'm just going to call it progress. Okay, it's creating a file for me called progress save. What we're going to store in here is the list of achievements and if you've completed them. And this is what it's going to fall back onto if it can't get the list from Steam or GOG or whatever. It's probably those two platforms we'll support. I don't think we'll support more with achievements. So if it's not on those two, you'll be just following the internal progress. It's compiling at the minute. Compile time. Everyone loves compile time. Okay, so I'm going to come back to the achievements list whilst we're waiting for this to come up. Okay, so it looks like the last one I talked about was Picky Eater, or the last 10 tunnelers. Yeah, the last 10 tunnelers, the last 10 creatures you tunnel out in 1-1 have to be wood lice. So then there's one to do with the challenge, which can be done on any difficulty with the challenge, which is win the level before 10 mole crickets have attacked. So it's kind of like a time limit one, I guess. And then there's one which has to be done on insane mode with the challenge active, which is win the level after 50 mole crickets have attacked. So you can't. So you have to allow a certain amount of mole crickets to attack before you win the level. I don't. Again, the numbers will need fiddling on this to make them harder or easier. Okay, then there's the normal ones for subjugation, and then there's one which is win the level in 15 minutes on normal difficulty. There's another speed one. That one's called Rapid Growth. The next one, Nope, which is to kill the 10 funnel web spiders in the first 5 minutes, then win on hard difficulty, and then get your own eggs, which is lose no more than 1 egg to a slave maker on insane. It should be a challenge because you automatically lose one anyway. So basically, don't lose any eggs. And there's enemy of my enemy, which is to kill a funnel web, get a cricket to kill the funnel web spider. I need to investigate that one, make sure it's actually possible. Prison break, which I can eat 50 eggs, which is the insane challenge one, which is to win after you've lost 50 eggs on insane difficulty with the challenge active. So you've actually got to let them take a good chunk of your colony. And then there's a task achievement for the first Formicarium challenge, which is to win it without unlocking the black ants. That's called vanilla. So they're the achievement ideas we have so far. They're not set in stone, and they are likely to change. It's taken ages to compile. It's doing a hot reload compile thing. I think in this save file, it's just going to literally be a set of achievement names and a boolean, just a link between a name and a boolean as to whether you've achieved the achievement or not. Still compiling. Okay, let's go on to some other things that we can talk about whilst it compiles. Okay, so we've got some commits that I'll mention that have happened between now and last week. Let's mention a few of them. Okay, so Matt has been updating the levels with the new ramp system that he's put in, and robustifying some height functions. Yeah, so it looks like he's been doing a fair amount of work on that. I've been working on achievements. And of course we had the cloud saves that came out for Steam. So I was investigating that, making sure everything's right for it. Oh, and Spanish has started to go in. So the initial raft of Spanish translations been put in the game, and with it we've had to make some changes to the way the some of the widgets work with their text space. So yeah, there's been a few things. A lot of the work I've done has been on the achievement system. Well, Liam was away last week, so... There's been a few things internally going on as well. Like we're getting some of our tools, our development tools, updated and such. A lot of the background stuff that you don't see on the game, it's required for smooth working environment. Come on, compile. I encourage you as well to look at the achievement stuff we had on the forum. I'll drop the post here in case you want to. In case you want to add some ideas to it. Well, that's a thread about the achievements, because we came up with a load of them last time, and a few people have made comments adding a few more ideas to it, and I'm going to compile them all into the original document. And as we release as we nail down what the achievements are, I'm going to start going through and saying, we're done here, we don't need any more here, we don't need any more. Hopefully achievements will give people some stuff to chase. In the meantime. This compiling is taking forever. I'm wondering whether it's actually stuck. Okay, whilst it does that, I'm going to continue some stuff on the back end. Right, we were looking for the thing that set a level's complete state. Okay, so I'm looking for references to, not to formic level progress. If I bring you back into the C++. So I'm not actually looking for references to this. I'm looking for references to this. So, oh. Okay, so here's some references. Let's have a look at them. Save formicarium, save all progress data. Okay, right, so here's a clue. Is that it's actually saving from the player state. The player state has the formic data, and then it's getting passed backward and forward. So what I probably want is this. Let me have a quick look through this. Make sure there's nothing obvious. Calculate rewards. Okay. Okay, so this is the player state, the Formicarium data. My guess is this actually gets set somewhere. So what's this? Load Formicarium. Looks to me like it goes through the entire set of Formicarium levels. Copies the data over. Still compiling. Mark level is complete. This will be what I'm looking for. Yeah, this is it. Right, so I'm looking for a call to this function then. Unfortunately, I think that'll come from the blueprints, which I can't actually check at the minute because it's doing its forever compile. Let's see if there are any calls to it. Oh, maybe it is handled here. Load Formicarium. Okay, this is looking interesting. Mark level, temp formic save. Right, okay, here we go. What is temp formic save? Okay, we're getting somewhere now. Although pressing F12 was apparently a bad idea. It's not even letting me cancel it. Even though I bet that's set just up here. Yeah, it's a U-formic save. So there'll be something in here called finish level. Yep. Okay, finish level and challenge. Selected rewards. Okay. So it's literally just coming from this. So I can deal with that now, actually. It's, the amount of time this is taking to compile is insane. I really am questioning whether it's actually doing anything. There's a couple of files here called EHO progress save. So it must be doing something with them. Anyway, finish level. Here we'll have finish level difficulty, I guess. Which isn't going to be a name, it's going to be a E. What did I say it was? E game difficulty. Okay. Okay, we got to compile. We got to compile. Okay, progress saves appeared. Finally. Someone time that. I can look back at the original Twitch. We see how long that took to compile. My guess is it's probably partly because I'm actually running the game from the source, running the engine from the source code at the minute. Okay. Whilst it does that, I'm going to close the engine to deal with the hot reload issues. Or a progress save there. EHO is that was something else. That was the level I was working on the other day. What's this? formixsave.cpp. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. That's the code to work out whether you're on stage 2 of the formicarium or stage 1. Okay, so finish level difficulty. We're going to need to set that wherever the other stuff is being set. I think that was in player state. It was somewhere. Something like called mark level is complete. Might be in game mode, maybe. I'll just look for mark level. Should find it. Formicarium game mode. Mark level is complete. Okay. So when a level's complete, yeah. Finished mission, finished challenge. finished. Finish level difficulty. So that's in the Formicarium game mode. So I've gone down this other road now of getting this done because we couldn't work on the other thing, and now I've got to get this done whilst I'm part way through it. So at the minute, what we're actually doing is coming up with a way of it passing in which difficulty you beat the level on. Whereas before, it didn't actually know; it just gave you the rewards based on it. Okay. Okay, so it's setting those things on the load. Let's see what it does with them then. Okay, so it's not doing anything here. So my guess is that it actually runs the mark level is complete will be run from the code. So we'll deal with that in a moment when we get there. So coming back to progress. Okay, so I said in this that all we need in here is this map of achievements versus whether you finish them. Achievements finished. Great. I think that's all we need in here. And basically it's going to flag them as finished. Yeah. But essentially, I'm not even sure if I need this. Basically, as we finish achievements, what we could do is just throw the achievement name into rather than a T map, just throw it into an array. And they're just they're finished achievements. So it just goes. It says if the achievement is in this array, mark that one as finished. If it's not, don't. So instead, we'll have an array of F names. We want it accessible to blueprints. So shove that in there. I think that's all it needs, certainly for now. We might find it does need some more later, but we'll come back to that. So the next thing I want to do is, I think that's actually ready. So I'm going to set that building. I'm just going to get myself a coffee. I think this stream will probably end at 3 UK time, so that's in half an hour. So we'll see what we can get done by then. See if we can get achievements flagging as completed in the system. Well, back in a second. Where are we at? Build success. Right. Let me get the engine running again. Won't make the mistake of running it at the same time. Okay, so give that a minute to do its thing. And then we shall be ready. Ready for what? Ready to get to attempt this achievement progress thing. What we're probably going to need in the end is a few functions. So one function called complete achievement that just takes the achievement name. And what that function will do is it will attempt to find out whether we're connected to Steam or GOG, and then send the information off there. Failing that, save it into our own file. In fact, it's going to save it into our own file as well. So if you're not connected to the service anyway, you can have a look at it. Although, crucially, in order to complete the achievements, you are going to need to be online, I believe. I know, actually, thinking about it, if I remember from reading the document, Steam actually deals with it. So you send an achievement off to Steam in offline mode, then it holds on to the call if you're offline, and then uploads it when you go online again. I believe that's what Steam does. Okay. But we have Unreal Engine back up and running. So, a lot of this work's actually going to need to be done in C++, but we'll come back into Unreal for the time being. So there's the progress save thing. Here's our achievements widget. So for now, I'm just going to do this from blueprints, and I'll just make a function here. And then I'll hook this up properly to all the other stuff later. But this is basically just me prototyping how this is going to work, and later I'll hook it up into the. I'll rewrite these functions in C++. So, does save game exist? It's called progress. If false, create save game object of type progress save. If true, get save load game from slot progress. Okay, so this stuff will happen after it's attempted to save it to Steam and GOG. Okay, so at this point, these two paths are going to realign because we've got the save game file now that we want to use. And now we're going to add to it. So here we have the achievement. To add. And there we go, it's been added. Actually, I'm going to do something called add unique. Because this way, if we've already progressed, we've already achieved the achievement, it doesn't add an extra one in. Okay. So that's that. Next. Is achievement complete? Add an input. Achievement. So we're checking whether this achievement is complete. So again, similar to this, we're going to see if this exists. If it does exist, we'll go down that road. If it doesn't exist, we can return false. Don't need to save that this time because we're just checking one thing. If it contains that, it returns true. If it doesn't contain that, it returns false. Okay. Next, we're going to during the opening and the loading of the achievements where they all get added in, before we add the child, I'm going to check whether it's complete. And if it is, it's called enabled. Is enabled? So achieved. There's a thing in here called achieved. Okay, so finally, I'm going to add a method of completing an achievement. Maybe we should just pick an achievement and flag it as complete at the beginning. Just for the sake of it. Yeah, this is the simplest way of testing. What achievement? Let me consult my list of achievements. Just copy and paste one. Okay, so 1 on hard. She has a very catchy name, Achi Win 1 hard. Okay, so let's see what that does. We go to my test level. Like I say, I'll tie this all properly into the game. A lot of today's stuff is kind of the back end of stuff that you don't see, unfortunately. So we had that huge chunk of compile time. It's not the most exciting stream we've ever had. Okay. Just rerun that, check that it's not. No, it's not worked. Okay. Let's follow it through, see what we get. Okay, so it's telling Sorry, it's my fault. Well, I see what I've done. Basically, here we've loaded the game from slot, told it to do something. At the end, we haven't resaved the game. So that's the issue. It just hasn't saved it. Actually, it really didn't like me pressing the stop button then. Give it time. Okay, so I don't... Let's just see if it works now. Hey, there we go. Alright. So there we have the basics of that system. Now I need to work harder on it over the next few days. I need to make sure. So I'm gonna be linking it in with the APIs with Steam, and then this is going to be the fallback system. I'm going to be making it dead easy to set achievements to completed, and making it so at the end of the level the achievements happen at the right point. And then once we've done all that, we can start putting them actually into the levels themselves. So actually writing checks to see how many mole crickets have spawned, etc, etc. So yeah, I think that'll do for today. Thanks very much for joining me. I know it hasn't been the most exciting stream ever, but unfortunately game development can't all be edge of your seat exciting. There's a lot of stuff to get through. But no, we're making good progress here. And hopefully by the time the movement code is actually finished, we're into the last month of work on the movement code now, because we gave ourselves internally 3 months. I don't know whether it's... I'm hoping we don't go over that. But hopefully we're close with the movement code. I say I'm not heading up the movement code stuff, so we're getting there with it. We are getting there. It's been such a slog to get through it. But hopefully I can get this achievement system up and running by the time that's ready, and we'll be ready to start testing the levels. I've also got to do the reward systems for the monthly levels. We were discussing various ways of rewarding you, so we shall see on that front. But for now, that is all. So yeah, look out for me next Thursday. And there might be bonus streams in the meantime, but I don't commit to them. So yeah, thanks very much for joining me, people. And until next time, see you later.